In this video, I wanted to go through how and when to start a lookalike audience. So a lookalike audience is really used when you want to expand your campaign or you want to retarget people that are visiting your URL link. It's also a really cool way to, even if you're not using a Facebook ad, if you're using, I don't know, if you have an e-commerce store, it's a great way to collect the information of the people that visit your store and use that information to start working with Facebook advertising. So what it basically is, you can see this is the URL to one of my products on my test store. This is the store that I use to show you guys stuff. And people say I'm marketing this product and maybe 100 people have visited the product and I'm making some sales and it's all good, I'm making a profit, that's cool. And say the audience size that I'm marketing to, after I've put in all the interests that I can possibly think about for one country, let's just say it's the USA, say that audience size is 500,000 people. Okay, great. Now, if I add more to that, and let's just say it's 500,000 people, and I feel like any more interest that I add to that, they're just not going to be targeted enough for me to get profitable sales. So now what happens is I've reached my limit of how big of a campaign I think it can be, which is 500,000 of an audience or whatever the audience size is. What you can do now is once that campaign is over, so once Facebook has reached all your 500,000 people and you've made, X amount of money, say you made $2,000-$3,000 profit, that's great. What happens is there's the start of a campaign, then there's the middle part of the campaign where it peaks and you're making the most of your money, then it starts to die out. When it starts to die out, you'll notice that you'll spend X amount of money, you might spend $10 and you'll get only $5 back, and you have like 2 or 3 of those kind of days in a row, and you start to see the frequency being like 1.5 plus, and you start to realize, all right, this campaign's dying out, it's time to end it and time to find a new product. So now you're at this stage. So this is where the lookalike audience can help you. What happens is when you set up in Facebook, and I'll show you how, you go to Facebook, you click Ads Manager, you click on Audiences, go to Create Audience. First it's a custom audience. So what you got to do is you got to build the custom audience. So we want to first make the little audience that make the set of people that Facebook will kind of capture based on the people that are going and visiting your URL. So you go to here and you go people who have visited specific web pages, and you go URL contains, and you can just put in the link over here. So you just do that and put this to 180, which is the maximum. Include past web traffic, and you can go, you can add this or pillow traffic, whatever, pillow campaign traffic, custom audience traffic. All right, so what I'm telling Facebook to do is capture all the people that visit this site and make it a special little audience for me that I can access. So once you've installed your pixel and everything, you can see it's working off this pixel ID. Then it already connects you to the store. So what you're just telling it is to capture people coming to this specific URL. So you'll obviously have to set up a different custom audience based on different items or different products. And all you do is press Create Campaign, or Create Audience, whatever that said, and you'll notice it starts to create it. And you're going to see this audience being too small until it starts to, until it gathers enough data. So you can see that some of my campaigns, I have like this one here is a custom audience, and it's gathered 3,100 people. So once it's gathered 3,100 people, or say 200 people onwards, now we make a lookalike audience. So you go to lookalike audience, and you go click source, and you type in the source, which is, we'll use this one. So this one has 500 people in it, and what you can do is you can select so what I've done is I've selected this little custom audience. So this is all the people that have visited the site. So now Facebook is going to make a lookalike audience based on all those people. It's going to kind of match its characteristics up and give you an audience that you can work with based on their data that they extract of the people that they feel are closely related to this initial pool of 500 people. So we can choose any country we want. So when I'm testing my custom audiences, I make one for like 5 different countries. So I'll make 5 different lookalike audiences for 5 different countries. So we'll just do the USA. But this is the kind of affinity. So the more you make this, the less, the more broad it's going to be. So I keep it at 1%. So what it's going to do is it says it'll find 1% of the population of USA that are the most closely related to this particular audience, right? So I start with 1%. We've got 2.1 million people to work with, which is awesome. And then that's it. You click create audience. And it'll start making that audience for you. And after like half an hour, you'll see that it'll give you an audience size of whatever million, say 2.1 million. And yeah, that's a whole new audience set you can kind of work with. And that's why it's really cool and really important to set up your lookalike audience for campaigns that are working for you so you can set this up. Because you might go through your initial pool of 500,000 people, but then Facebook finds you another 2 whole million people to work with, and if it turns out profitable, then you can make like 3-4 times the money of your initial campaign. So it's really, really important, and it's a great way of really expanding your campaign. Not to mention that you can make a lookalike audience, in like 20, 30, 50 different countries. So although you may not be able to find the audience through interest targeting, you might be able to make a lookalike audience of it and market it to that country. So yeah, check it out, and make sure you do this for campaigns that are doing well. If you're looking for a place to kind of go and discuss, ask questions about dropshipping and Teespring, make sure you check out ecomuniverse.com. You can check out follow-alongs from people that are kind of documenting their journeys. We share gold nuggets. We even share campaigns that are working well on Facebook. So make sure you check it out, participate, and be part of the community.